Alright guys, so I wanted to share this really cool deck with you guys. It's a rescue hero deck. Now, I do want to say first off that you can't play this right now because of the ban list. Now, we all know that there's this new card called Megalo Smasher, so more than likely, Rescue Rabbit will be changed on the ban list. However, this is kind of playable in the OCG, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how cool this deck is. It's a Rescue Hero Dinosaur deck. I think some of you guys will like it. It's not like the dinosaurs, it's more like Dino Rabbit dinosaurs, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, first off, we need to lower our life points. Now, Upstart Goblin, also Hero Lives, definitely work well to just lower your life points in terms of you versus your opponent. So, basically your opponent just has to have more life points than you. Now, I'm going to go for a play right here that's just going to go ahead and make it so my opponent cannot do anything. We're talking most of the hand traps that need to be sent to the graveyard. So I'm going to go ahead and start off the play by making it so this play is super safe in terms of my opponent having hand traps. I'm going to go ahead and make a Dark Law so he can't respond. Now, this is where this card becomes amazing. So I haven't even normal summoned yet, guys. And also, there's more rescue monsters probably coming out in the future. As some of you guys know, we already had one already confirmed. But we're now going to go ahead and go for a more extensive play. I'm going to go ahead and go for, well, actually I'm going to go for the Goblinburg. And then this is going to allow me to go ahead and then summon the Rescue Rabbit. And then from here, we have a lot of options here. So I'm going to go ahead and go for my normal monsters first and then see what we draw into the Upstart, and we can maybe make even more plays. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Elemental Sparkman. I know he's not very good, but he is an Elemental here. He's also light, which can help us later on. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what we can Upstart into. Okay, Blazeman, not actually going to be super useful, but whatever. Anyways, now we're going to go ahead and we can special summon something that detaches 2 is ideal right here. So for the sake of the video, we're going to go ahead and make the Dank Rebellion Dragon. And we're going to go ahead and detach 2. The reason why I want to detach 2 is because I want a hero to be detached. The Goblinburg also could be a tactical target, but we have Goblinburg, the Elemental Shadow Mist as well. And then next we can go for a lot of plays. So we have an option to go for a Miracle Fusion over here. So if I want to, I can go for the Shining. I can actually get rid of the 2 cards in the Monster Zone if I wanted to, but that could be lower damage. And this play, guys, can do easily 16,000 plus damage. I'm going to go ahead and get this card out of the graveyard as well as this one. Like I said, I could use the card on board if I wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. We're going to go ahead and make the Shining. Now, from here, we obviously can already make a game, but for the sake of doing it, I guess I could show you guys. We can attack with this, and then we can just hit no to that. And you guys will see I can still deal a bunch of damage. So I can attack with the Shining. We don't need to chain the form change. And if I wanted to, I can activate this during my battle phase, go for the Shining, and then I can go for whatever I want. I can go for something like Koga. Koga has this awesome ability that I can banish a hero monster from my graveyard, target one face-up monster, and it loses extra attack. We're talking 16,000 plus points of damage in just one turn. I know this card did absorb for a decent amount, but it's irrelevant. You're gonna OTK your opponent. And there's a problem right now where I have, okay, if you guys wonder why you're playing against AI, there's a problem with some of the new cards in the game, just as a heads up. I probably should have said that in the very beginning, but anyways, you guys can obviously see it's game. They can't do anything about this. The whole field is wrecked, but nonetheless, you could go for Mask Hero Acid, potentially get rid of back row as well, if that was a problem. Now, I do want to stress, first off, that, again, the reason why we have to play against AI is this card won't work. Megalo Smasher. This card, for whatever reason, you can't use it right now. It's having an issue when I'm playing it with Rescue Rabbit. But nonetheless, yeah, this card over here lets you actually go for Totally Awesome, which is a really good card. Right now I have to play Sabersaurus. I would swap it out for this, but yeah, I also have some more replays I wanted to go into, but I wanted to explain some of the things real quick before I show you guys more actual replays, because for some reason every time I duel, I can't do it. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to mention that real quick. Yeah, you should definitely be playing this. This is what makes the Dino Hero deck work. Rabbit, Dino Hero. I mean, it was used to be called Dino Rabbit for those of you guys that don't remember it, but it's not using the new dinosaur cards. I mean, you're using like the old vanilla ones. But there's a new card. This is the new card. That's pretty important. But anyways, I want to show you guys some more replays of this deck in action because I think a lot of you guys will be excited to try out this deck. Now, shout out to Teriyaki for actually figuring out this build. I think it's a very awesome build. But anyways, you guys will see, even though he had that effect negated, he's still able to go for the Sabersaurus plays. And Dolka and Lagi are still very strong cards. Even this day and age over here, you guys will see how strong these cards are. So he attacks, he's going to go ahead and try to activate the effect, it's going to get negated. And then he's going to go ahead and actually try to activate that effect again, and it's actually going to get negated once again. A turn 1 Dolka can still be like a real easy win condition. Even though when I was showcasing off, when I was dueling, I didn't need Dolka. I was just showing off how you can detach 2 immediately just so you can do extra things. I mean, look at this. He just smacked him for a bunch of damage over there and was able to basically put his opponent out of the game real fast over there. But I think it's a really cool mix-up. Definitely a deck that some of you guys will be interested in perhaps trying. Like I said, there is more rescue support coming out in the game. This is an interesting build running Ignites with this. Really crazy mix-ups, and I just feel like this card is so dang strong. Being able to just search out Rescue Rabbit is a very strong play. You guys will see over here, he's going to go ahead and make Utopia. He's going to go ahead and attack with this, and then this card gets an effect, so he can actually change the card. He can go form change, go into Koga, he can attack, very good stuff, and then you can just form change again and again. And this one pops all of the back row, so you guys will see that there's a lot of options for this deck. It's not very linear, and that's what I really like with this. This is definitely a deck that I would not mind playing, and like I said, I'll show you guys a few different replays of different just win conditions, so to speak, in the deck. Sometimes you make Dark Law and like Burning Abyss says, okay, you win. Like that deck just falls apart real fast if they have to fight against Dark Law, especially if you have any back row to back it up. I think most people will quit. You see this guy, he legit won off of the Dark Law, and that can definitely still happen this day and age. And also, there is this card that a lot of people really were excited to see. It's basically like an Honest, but it just gains a certain amount of attack. It's not like it gains the attack. I think Honest, for the most part, is better, but this lets you just play really aggressive. If your opponent doesn't have anything on board, like you go for a Raigeki, a Dark Hole, you can just play really aggressive and smack him for game, as you guys saw over there earlier. He was able to just form change over and over, and that can be really deadly, and you guys will see. He's just going to go ahead and activate that. Rainbow Karibo activated, though. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. And then we see the Dolka then summoned, so he's not going to be doing too much against a Dolka. Dolka is still one of the most powerful extra deck monsters. Even now, I think it's still super, super strong. You guys will see he's going to go ahead and just boost up the Dark Law. And look how much attack. 4,900 on a Dark Law. Like, good luck getting over that. Because a lot of times people just try to run him over because he has, it's an okay amount of attack, 2,400. This one is kind of funny. He kind of gets trolled over here by this person playing the new Destiny board deck. But nonetheless, yeah, Dolka still pretty strong. And again, I'm wondering if he had the same issues and that's why he wasn't playing the... oh, he's playing the Megalo Smasher here. Okay. Well, why can't I do it? I don't know if it was some update that messed it up, the card, but when I duel, I can't play this card with 3 Rescue Rabbit. It says that this is, like, invalid deck is what it tells me. But, nonetheless, Dark Sanctuary activated, getting pranked. He's gonna attack himself for half of the damage. That card is really annoying, but you see Dolka gonna go ahead and negate Cat of Ill Omen. It's not that relevant. Don't worry, guys. You won't have a bad matchup against Destiny board, because no one playing Destiny board. But nonetheless, he has to go for the upstart, and then he loses the upstart anyways. This card is still very strong, guys. And again, making this card before you go for your rabbit play is really, really important, simply because it stops your opponent from using most of the hand traps in the game. And also, some cards, they need to go to the graveyard for their effects. And it definitely helps out a ton. So he's going to go ahead and negate Aroma Jar. And as you guys can see, the opponent isn't going to really do too much. I know it wasn't against Zodiacs, but let's be honest here. Zodiacs, they're not going to have a good time against Dolka. It's going to be, it's one of those like shutdown decks. You guys will see he's just going to keep on attacking and drop the honestly Neos over there. But it was really cool. Shout out to Teriyaki for those awesome plays. I wanted to also give you guys kind of like a brief deck profile. Let me go ahead and... because I stacked the deck so I can show you guys like the awesome combo. But for some reason, when I play this, if you guys have the issue, don't worry, I had the issue too. It just said invalid deck when I tried to duel against people. But when that gets fixed, I'll definitely get some more duels against actual people. I'll wreck them Zodiac players. You'll see I make a first turn Dolka, they just quit. Unless they have like a Kaiju, then I probably quit. But anyways, this seems like it's a really fun deck. Again, there's a lot of innovation in this deck. Like, there's a lot of crazier plays, I think, that can exist in this deck. I mean, we're playing Stratos here, so like I said, this is an OCG deck profile. I don't think you can really make use of this in the TCG, but again, guys, remember, we are getting this card very soon, and what's the point of this card, of this new dinosaur, if we don't have Rescue Rabbit at least 2? But it has to be at 3, guys. So if Rescue Rabbit does not go to 3, then I'm sorry, this deck, it just isn't viable. And before someone says, what if you draw Rescue Rabbit? Guys, if you draw Rescue Rabbit, you then just summon the card. It's real simple. But nonetheless, yeah, I just wanted to get that out there real quick. But it's still very strong. Like, you can definitely run on the other rescue monsters, although I would say Rescue Rabbit is your primary target. But we're going to get more rescue support later down the line. We actually got a Link monster that I believe is a rescue. But anyways, it's just 3 of the vanillas. You can play the heroes if you guys want to. I actually don't think that that's a bad idea. But the other ones like Sabersaurus work really well with Unexpected Die. So you control the monsters, you could just special summon one of the dinosaurs, and then you could just normal summon the vanilla, go straight for Dolka, and make your opponent quit. Then we have 2 copies of Honestly Neos. It really helps out with your turn 1 Dark Law plays, where usually he can get ran over, and if your opponent only has like 1 out to him, and you use the Honestly Neos, it can be okay. I'm not too much of a fan of like Honest and stuff like that, because a lot of cards just get bounced back these days, but nonetheless, this is the original deck profile from Teriyaki. I obviously modified mine up a bit. But next up we have Stratos. He'll probably stay banned in TCG because Konami biased in the TCG against Stratos. But next up we have the Decision Guy. So level 6 or higher monsters your opponent controls can't target this card for attacks. You can only use each effect once per duel. So this is another newer card. So if it's normal or special, you could add 1 hero monster from your graveyard to your hand during the end phase. Oh, whoa, what do you know? You can re-add this card. That's kind of dirty. And then also during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that would inflict damage to you while it's in your graveyard, you bounce it back to your hand and make that damage to you 0. That's a really random, really good effect. But he's playing 2 copies of him, 3 copies of Goblinberg, 2 copies of Blazeman, 1 Shadow Mist, Triple Rabbit, 2 copies of Unexpected Die, 3 Hero Lives, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 3 Upstart Goblin. Keep in mind, guys, this is a OCG deck. I feel like Upstart Goblin, it might not go to 3 in the TCG next ban list. But it definitely helps out in this deck because you have to have lower life points than your opponent. But anyways, next up we got 3 copies of the new card that makes the whole deck possible, the Rescue card, Urgent Emergency Assistance Rescue. And then we have Cosmic Cyclone, 2 copies of Mass Change, 2 copies of Twin Twisters, 3 copies of Form Change. Like I said, my deck was completely different, but you guys can make suggestions to this if you have them. I'm going to mouse over the extra deck real quick. This card is really important. Also, Utopia can be good, but one problem that Utopia has, I'm going to recommend another card, but you have to go to your battle phase, and if you want to play like the Miracle Fusion like I was, you can't really use that. Another card would be Excalibur. Because this card, once per turn, you can detach 2 material immediately. Again, the problem with Utopia is it has to like battle a monster. I believe is what it says. Utopia the Lightning over here. Oh, it's the anime one. This one over here says if this card battles an opponent's monster, well, this card has a utopic monster as material, you detach 2 materials from this card, and then it becomes 5,000. So I wish you could just detach it immediately, because I believe you cannot. It's just, yeah, it has to be during damage calculation either player's turn. I wish you could just detach immediately. If you were able to, then yeah, definitely this is much better than the Utopia card. Okay, TCG, you can't play that card. Stratos is banned, so don't worry about that card. But nonetheless, yeah, this is a really, really awesome deck idea. Rescue Dinosaur Heroes is what I want to call it. I think it's a really cool deck, especially, again, guys, Logia and Dolka, very strong in the game. But I'll definitely get some more gameplay for you guys, because I think this will be a pretty hot deck. And I'll probably make some changes to it, but if you guys have any suggestions for changes, let me know down below in the comment section below. But thanks for watching, guys, and if you enjoyed the vid, make sure you guys give that like button a slapperino and hit that subscribe button for more crazy Yu-Gi-Oh combo videos.